So, what do I think about Lincoln Riley leaving Oklahoma for USC? I'll let you know in just a minute. What is up, college football fans, fellow members of Mountaineer Nation? This is Coos, and welcome to another edition of Coos' Corner, your go-to channel for college sports with a heavy dose of West Virginia Mountaineers. If you haven't yet, please hit the red subscribe button. Please give me the thumbs up if you like this video. Don't forget to check out the Fanatics link in the description box for all your sports apparel needs. If you like college football and college basketball videos, especially West Virginia Mountaineers, this is the channel for you. Now let's get on with the show. Lincoln Riley leaving Oklahoma for USC shocked the world. Nobody saw it coming, very unexpected. He was not one of the names being listed as a candidate for that job before it happened, and no one thought he would leave Oklahoma for USC. Is it really a better job? Why would you leave a team where you're having success to go to the unknown? Well, I'm going to talk about all that. Before I give you my opinion on whether I think the move was the right move and before I think it was ethical or not, I want to give you the pros and cons of the move. Let's start with the cons. Number one, he probably had a long leash at Oklahoma because of the success he had and the wins he had, all he had accomplished there, been in the CFP multiple times, all the wins he had accumulated, the recruiting successes he was having. I'd say, he probably had a pretty long leash from the administration there. Number two, opportunity to play in the SEC, man. He was going to be able to play against the best perennial powers every year, the Alabamas, the Georgias, the Tennessees, the Floridas, the teams that are known as perennial blue bloods. At least historically, he was going to get to play against those teams every year to prove himself and to prove Oklahoma belonged. And what competitor doesn't want to compete at the highest level, right? Number three, his legacy. Will his legacy now be tarnished at Oklahoma with the Oklahoma administration and with the fan base? What are they going to think about him as not only a coach now, but as a man? And then last but not least, kind of goes along with that, but it's the way he left and the controversy surrounding it. Lincoln Riley may not ever be looked at the same, or probably won't ever be looked at the same in Oklahoma again. All the successes he's had on the field, the wins he's gotten, will be now overlooked because of the way he left this job and the sour taste he left in a lot of people's mouths, what some consider lack of integrity, whatever. But now let's look at the pros of the actual job itself. Not the way he left, but the actual pros of the move. Obviously, he's making more money. He signed a contract. I think I heard he was going to get paid about $11 million a year or something like that. It's just a crazy amount of money, more than he was making in Oklahoma. Two, easier path to this college football playoff if he's by coaching in the Pac-12. Especially now, the Pac-12 has been down the last few years. Really, the only major competition he's going to have right now is Oregon. His path to he's not going to have to play in the SEC where he was going to be playing Alabama, Georgia. Tennessee's on the rise. Ole Miss is good now. All these teams, he's not going to have to play now. He's going to be playing Utah, Arizona State, Oregon State, Washington State. Much easier path to the playoff, in my opinion. Number three, recruiting is going to be much easier at USC. California is loaded with high school football talent. Matter of fact, Lincoln Riley gets a lot of his players at Oklahoma from Southern California anyway. Now he's not even going to have to leave his state or even his county in a lot of cases to find top-notch 4- and 5-star recruits. He's going to be right there in the hotbed of high school football on the West Coast. So, he's not going to have to fly all over the country to find players. Number four pro. He's going to be living in Los Angeles instead of Norman, Oklahoma. Nothing against Norman, Oklahoma. I'm a rural guy. I live in a rural area here in West Virginia. I don't have anything against rural areas. But for some people, they like big city life. And if Lincoln Riley prefers to live in a big city, which I've heard that he's made that comment in the past that he likes big cities. So there's one. Two, his family. Maybe his wife and his kids wanted to move to LA, right? There's more to do, more entertainment. His kids might have better opportunities as far as their future there. I don't know. Those are things to look at as well. Warm weather, beaches. They don't have that in Oklahoma. They don't have beaches in Oklahoma. Next one, last one on my list. He has an opportunity to build his own program at USC. When he took over at Oklahoma, he took over a program that Bob Stoops had already gotten to the top and was already winning consistently with. he took over that program and has done a great job. That's not an easy thing to do. I'm not down on what he did or saying he did a bad job or discrediting it, because I'm sure that's not easy to do, to fill the shoes of a legend like Bob Stoops. But he took over a program that had already been built. Maybe he looks at this as an opportunity to build a program from the ground up, so to speak, the way he wants to build it with the players he wants, and to establish his own legacy. You know, maybe that's something that personally he wanted to accomplish. I don't know, but that's something to think about. Now, let's get to my opinion on this. I absolutely don't blame Lincoln Riley for going to USC. Number one, I think it's like all the pros I listed to me outweigh the cons of it. And you know, if the guy, if he's a family man, which he is, he's got a couple kids, a wife. If he got a call and said, "Hey, this is USC. We want you as our coach," you know, laid out all the benefits that they were going to offer him. If he takes out to his wife and says, "Honey, look at this opportunity. What do you think?" and she says, "I want to go." If his kids said, "Hey, Daddy, we want to go," then he's probably going to want to go. He's a family man. Just because what a lot of people don't look at. Yes, he's a football coach. Yes, these guys are football coaches that change jobs, but they're human beings. They have families. Football may not be the number one priority in their life, and there's nothing wrong with that. If his family comes first, and his family wanted to move to Los Angeles, and he had no issue moving to Los Angeles, then why not move to Los Angeles? What's the big deal, right? Why not do it? And to the money, there's nothing wrong with a man trying to improve his livelihood and his lifestyle. There's nothing wrong with that. It's America, man. It's capitalism. That's what we always strive to do better and achieve better. That's live the American dream, right? And that's what he's doing. My buddy Jonathan Lewis actually thinks, over College Football Jonathan Lewis, another YouTube channel which I recommend to you guys, by the way. He puts out some awesome content. He thinks that what Lincoln Riley did was wrong, and that he did Oklahoma dirty. I disagree with that, and here's why. Number one, he says that he didn't even talk to USC until after the Bedlam game, late Saturday night, early Sunday morning, somewhere in that time frame. And I take him at his word until proven differently. And here's why. I was listening to a gentleman by the name of Ryan Abraham from USCFootball.com. He was on 365 Sports with the Sic'em 365 guys, and he was saying that he has sources at USC that said they did not even fill out a bio on Lincoln Riley until after that game, because had he won that game, they were not even going to pursue him. So, if the people at USC are saying the same thing he is, then why not believe it? They're saying this, basically that they just got lucky in some respects, because had Oklahoma won that game, Lincoln Riley would probably not be going to USC, because I don't know that USC would have even offered him the job. Lincoln claims that they called him that night or early Sunday morning, laid out their, told him about they made the offer to him, told him all the commitments they were willing to make to the football program. He said he slept on it for a few hours and then decided to take the job. Maybe it did really happen that quick. If his wife had always had a dream of moving to Los Angeles or something, it probably didn't take long for them to make a decision. And then did he do Oklahoma dirty? I don't think he did, and here's why. Lincoln Riley's number one priority to me is to his family. And if what he did wasn't illegal, and he didn't, and if he was not offered the job until then how was he going to tell him about it? Right? And at the end of the day, his family comes first. And if this move was for his family and improve his family's life, then I'm not going to fault the guy for it. What man, what husband, what father doesn't want to do what's best for his family? Would I've liked to have seen it happen a little different? Yes, but maybe what was he supposed to do? Did he want to pass up the opportunity? I mean, Oklahoma had just lost. They didn't have any chance. They weren't going to win the Big 12. They now have no chance of making the CFP. Why not do it? Right? I don't understand everybody being up in arms about it. Now, however, If I was an Oklahoma fan, I would be. I would be up in arms about it if I was an Oklahoma fan. They have a right to be. That's their team. They're passionate about it. They feel done wrong. I've been there. Rich Rodriguez did something similar to West Virginia back in 2007. We lost a pit game, biggest loss in West Virginia football history, in my opinion. Maybe outside of the '88 National Championship. And then within 24 to 48 hours or whatever it was, he took the job at Michigan. There's people in West Virginia that still hate Rich Rodriguez for that. I personally don't. I've gotten over it. Plus, I've heard his side of the story. But I don't want to. That's a separate video for a separate day. So I know their pain. I understand it, and they have a right to feel the way they feel. But as a non-Oklahoma fan, looking at it from the outside, I don't see anything wrong with it. I'll be honest with you. He did what was best for him. Think about this: if you, for most of you out there, probably have jobs or careers. If you get an opportunity, a can't pass up opportunity that say it's your dream job. If your dream job calls you, it's what your wife wants to do, it's what your children want to do, and it's what you want to do. It's going to pay you more money, give you better quality of life, live in a better place to fit your lifestyle needs and wants. Are you going to pass it up just because you don't want to hurt somebody's feelings? Think about that. Think about it. Players are allowed to leave when they want to leave. They can transfer and not have to sit out a year. They can sign a letter of intent, commit to a school, and end up and leave within months if they want to. So why can't a coach do it? I'm just being frank. That's my opinion. I don't like it. I don't like that being part of the system and part of the unwritten rules, but it is. So why fault a man for taking advantage of it? It shouldn't be that easy to leave a job like that, but it is. And he took advantage of it. I blame the system more than I blame the guy. It's one of those don't hate the player, hate the game scenarios, right? And let's just say he did know in advance and had been talking to USC. If he had said something to his players about it, you don't think that would have been a distraction to them in that Bedlam game? You know it would have been. If he was focused on that, if he wanted to focus on that game, even if he knew, and maybe he wanted to focus 100% on the game and not let that be a distraction to his team. What's wrong with that? I'm just coming at it from the real world angle. I'm not saying I don't love it, not a great scenario, but the man had an opportunity, a once in a lifetime opportunity in his eyes, and he took it because it was best for his family. And I'm not going to fault a man for that. There we go. That's my opinion. A lot of you might think, a lot of you may not agree with it, and that's okay. Let me know in the comment box what you think. Do you think Lincoln Riley was wrong in the way he left Oklahoma? I want to know your opinion. Don't forget, guys, hit that red subscribe button for me. You guys have been awesome to me. My channel's growing, and I have you guys to thank for it. I reached my goal of 500 subscribers by the end of the year. As I'm doing this video, I'm actually close to 600 right now. And I'm humbled by it. I can't believe that you guys enjoy watching my videos, and I really appreciate it. It means a lot to me. And I ask that if you do like this video, please share it with somebody you know that might like it also. And don't forget, guys, if you want to support me, hit that Fanatics link in the description box. Buy something from Fanatics, and I'll get a small percentage of the commission. And if anything I make, I'm going to put right back into I'm going to buy better equipment, better editing equipment, a computer, cameras, whatever I can buy. Okay, that's my goal. My goal is to build this channel, make it one of the most professional looking channels out there. And I just want to bring you better content, better quality content, and just grow this thing, man. That's my goal, and you guys are helping me get there. I'm going to get there with your help. We're going to get there together. Okay, the Couz's Corner family, we're going to get there. I really appreciate everybody. I ask that you check this video out right here. Thanks for tuning in, and until next time.